Wow, it's so quiet in here. I guess that's how Monday starts. It's a quiet Monday today. It's what is it? September 19th, 2022, and everyone, we're gonna start. Well, I wanted to, see the intro together with you. So this is how we start. It's today's live stream. It's a supporter stream today on I was gonna say on locals, on Cryptic Hybrid. This is Angels with Scaly Wings. This is what we're gonna play today. Let's just go right in and talk more about the game together, because I can't stand the silence. I want some background music. Although, it's funny though, usually when I work or I do things, I don't necessarily like background stuff. But you know what? In this case, I can't just be in a room without any sounds and just talk. So, let's just start, and, we'll talk more later. Wow, the resolution of on these things. Okay, there we go. Angel with Scaly Wings. Yay! Please some music. There we go. Yes, thank you, music. Yes, that's how we do it. You are an ambassador. And a furry. Sorry. Teleported to a strange land. Something's off with this place. Oh Jesus, murder? Explore a town full of secrets. And the people who keep them. Well, people, it's dinosaurs. Kind of dinosaurs, there's some sort of lizards. Black holes, quantum entanglement? What? Premonition. Okay. Somatic barrier. Okay, so these are the characters we're gonna see. Leadership, ego, refracture syndrome. That's not a real thing. That's not a real thing. Reflection syndrome. Angels with Scaly Wings. You know, if you're a furry and you like lizards, this is the game for you. Now, this is a game that actually came out a long time, well, pretty long time ago. It launched on January 31st, 2017. But and usually I play newer games, but being a supporter stream, I obliged. It was requested by a local supporter. Matt, who's been a follower for a long time, so of course I obliged. So we're gonna play Angels with Scaly Wings. Let's start. I don't know why my voice went so high. Let's start. Detecting user profile. User profile not found. What do you mean not found? Oh, because it's a new game. Never mind. Please enter your name. I'm gonna be Cryptic Hybrid. Although, oh, I can't put it. There's not enough letters. Okay, I'm gonna be Cryptic then. It's just Cryptic, it's fine. Choose a color. Blue, red, yellow, green, gray. Show more colors. Magenta. I mean, I would like some more deeper purple, but do we have more? More colors. Purple, okay, there we go. Purple, I like this. Okay. Yes, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. That purple I like, it's good. Before we start, please review the following information. Use left click to advance text, okay, space to advance text only. This is useful to avoid making a selection by mistake. F toggle full screen, we have that. Mouse wheel to review past messages. Control to skip, or tab to skip seen messages. S take a screenshot. Middle click hide window, okay. Alright, let's get into the meat of things, come on. I want to meet the dragons. The year is 20XX, which it could be 2022, who knows? Only recently has humanity discovered a portal that leads into a different world, populated with a race of intelligent, talking dragons. And intelligent and cute. I was one of the few to travel to this world. But maybe I should start at the beginning. It all began when we discovered a strange device in the middle of nowhere during one of our expeditions. A portal. A Stargate. Some might call it a Stargate, but that's that term is not used for copyright purposes. I had heard about similar technology before. Really? About portals in general? Oh, he played Portals. Though that had been more of an on an experimental level. From what I knew, other portals had been created in the past and were under consideration for mass application. As for this one in particular though, we did not know who built it, nor when, or why we found it in the wilderness where we did. What was more exciting to us was the fact that it was functional. After our first tests, we found there was someone else on the other side who was in possession of a similar portal, and our attempts at communication through letters were successful. Like, we were, "Dear alien person, I'm writing to you from Earth. You might not know it." Okay. But in the end, But in the end, the machine's extraordinary demand for power meant we needed to act quickly, as we wouldn't be able to keep the portal open much longer. Aww, we couldn't send letters anymore. When we made this known to the other side, we received a very unexpected reply. A letter of invitation. You wanna come over? After some deliberation, it was decided to accept their hospitality, well, alleged hospitality, we don't know, and send a person to the other side. There was an individual who took the job almost immediately. Someone volunteered. As tribute. Why the black and white photo? Is he dead? Reza is Querido? Reza. I knew him, or rather had known him. We attended the same school back then and even had a few classes together. We never really were very close friends, but we talked to each other occasionally and hung around with the same crowd sometimes. However, we still went our separate ways in the end. I wasn't sure what to think about the whole thing, but he had to have known what he was doing. He certainly was brave. Oh, so maybe he's dead. Either that, or just very foolish. While I wasn't sure which, his courage was applauded by others. After all, he couldn't possibly have known who or what would wait him at the other end of the portal, and if he did meet someone there, who knew what kind of intentions they might have? Yeah, could be killers, or predators. Although, you know, a predator would just come to Earth and kill. Not that any speculation on our part would have made a difference. When the day finally came, through he went, with applause echoing across the area, equipped with only the clothes he wore. Really? That doesn't sound smart. His multi-tool, a gun, and a device on his wrist that acted as a PDA. Personal digital assistant. Then we waited. The crowd that was applauding him slowly dispersed when the enthusiasm died down, as there was nothing for us to do but wait and speculate. Is he alive? Is he dead? Is he alien food? We don't know. Approximately 8 hours later, we received our first message from him. But we had assumed that the portal led to another, led to another in a different country, or to a different country, that's weird, or maybe a different continent. The reality turned out to be much more foreign. The situation he described to us was so outlandish that we initially took it as a joke. A very bad joke maybe, with even worse timing and no punchline at all. It soon became clear to us though, that we may just have made one of the most important discoveries since the dawn of mankind. Finding the portal had been remarkable in itself, but this took it to a completely different level. From what he described about this place, or more accurately its inhabitants, we summarize it could not be part of Earth at all. I mean, if it was part of Earth, we would have... I mean, there was no place on Earth that was that undiscovered, right? In order to, you know, allow another portal to exist and people to be like, oh, this was here all along? We called them dragons, because according to Reza, that's what they were, or at least what they resembled most. They were furries, they were basically furries. Wait, what? Oh, have fun. Oh, thank you. I mean, have you played this game, Anders? Even though we found it hard to believe, it had been these dragons who sent us all the letters. And what Reza found on the other side of the portal was a whole civilization of them. They could talk, write books. I mean, okay. Have buildings and electricity. In many ways, their society was actually very similar to our own. They had TikTok, their version of TikTok. They had reality TV, they had pop music, well, they had music, not necessarily pop music, didn't call it pop music, right? They had, you know, celebrity chefs that would make, I don't know, like bug food probably, like some bug delicacies. I don't know. So who were they, and where was this place? Could they be aliens? I mean, anything that's outside of this world would be alien, right? So yeah, obviously they're aliens. Our speculation led us to conclude otherwise. After all, we knew about the existence of thousands of planets millions of light years away that may have been theoretically habitable, yet even then we had never found conclusive proof in regards to actual alien life forms. Well, maybe this planet of dragons was really like, maybe it was in a galaxy far away. Oh, okay. Some people brought up quantum mechanics and parallel universes, but in the end, all of this was just conjecture and an ultimately fruitless endeavor, since we neither had the means nor the resources to explore these possibilities in greater detail. Well, you know what? Just hang around and let's discover this game together. I think there's just one more thing worth mentioning before I move on. I'm a furry, and I've been not cosplaying, because he wouldn't be cosplaying, no. I'm a furry, and I actually am sexually attracted to lizards. The previous isolation had been mutual. Oh, never mind. I thought he was talking about himself. Anyway. They hadn't known about any other intelligent life form beyond their own. Their portal had only been recently discovered. What a coincidence, right? And was a technology previously unknown to them, and just as we had myths about dragons, they had myths about us. Okay, so they don't know who built their portal, just like we don't know who built the portal on Earth, okay? That was what we knew about them so far, and as interesting as learning from those things and debating the cultural significance was, we didn't really know what we should make of all this, all that. Reza apparently was sure of what he was doing though, as he eventually let us know that they had agreed on a trade. We were to give them a few of our PDA devices, which contained vast amounts of knowledge, dwarfing even that of encyclopedias. So we basically just gave them a copy of Encarta 95, Microsoft Encarta, if everyone remembers that. In return, they would supply us with generators. Overall, they didn't seem as technologically advanced as we had been, because we had TikTok and Facebook and what else we had? Oh, OnlyFans? We had OnlyFans! But they did surpass us in one aspect. Their means of generating energy seemed sustainable. And they didn't have Bitcoin mining, so, lots of electricity. I'm kidding. Not only that, but evidently also quite efficient. Oh, like efficient energy generation. We certainly would be able to put technology like that to good use. Again, Bitcoin mining, and trading mere past knowledge of the human race for something more tangible was a good call on his part. That was where I came in. My prior experience in both biology and sociology made for a good fit to deliver our PDA devices for the trade. I mean, couldn't Reza come back? Or maybe, maybe he couldn't. Maybe we could send people there, but they can't come back? At least not yet. And while the Dragon's World waiting for the prototypes of our generators to be manufactured by them, I would act as an ambassador on humanity's behalf. Well, then why is Reza there? What a way to make a first impression by a display of mutual goodwill. Everyone benefits and everyone goes home happy. Well, that's the intention at least. All is well. Again, that's the intention. At least that was the plan. Oh, sorry. Well, despite the images that living, talking dragons might conjure up in some people's minds, including our character, because apparently, attracted to them, I didn't even think of bringing a weapon myself, considering that they were reportedly friendly and peaceful enough. There was no need for me to fear potential ill intentions like Reza did when he had stepped into unknown territory, and acting as humanity's ambassador, I had to do my best to uphold a high standard in fostering this diplomatic relationship. When the time came for me to step to the portal, all my mental preparedness vanished. My anxiousness was fueled by all the questions lurking in my head, just as the machine started to do its work. Would it hurt? Who would I meet on the other side? Well, dragons, obviously. What if they really weren't so friendly and just made Reza write those letters with the pretense of appearing friendly, only to lure us into the den of man-eating monsters and certain doom, with us ending up as nothing more than a tasty afternoon snack? I mean, technically that's still a possibility, but that will make for a pretty short game. Maybe I should have brought the weapon after all. Suddenly, I felt a shiver coursing through my whole body and beyond when I was disintegrated, as if every cell, every atom of my body was torn from me and pulled into a different direction. And then, fade to black. I saw darkness and light, painting patterns in the stars as I traveled, and images rapidly flashed before me of things unseen and unspoken. Both horrifying and beautiful, it was an experience unlike any other, yet over in just a split second. Or it felt like a split second. Then, it was dark. I could only see a patch of lighter colors contrasting with its dark surroundings as my vision started to clear. Its edges got sharper as the patch of light slowly took shape, giving me the distinguished outline of a reptilian head and an array of horns spouting from it. Spouting? Spouting. Hello? Really? Glasses? It was a dragon. And I could now see a dragon who not only had a pair of round glasses, exactly, that's the first thing that I know, glasses, but also wore a burgundy tie around its neck. In the name of our people, I bid you welcome. If I may introduce myself, I am Remy, your guide and ambassador, a representative of our council. Why are we in the middle of nowhere at night? The dragon spoke. It was one thing to have heard and read about this, but something else entirely to have one standing in front of me, in flesh and blood, and tongue. Really? That's how you think in tongue? Anyway, because he was speaking. It was good that all my mental preparedness had disappeared when I was teleported, because nothing could have prepared me for this. Sorry, I imagine you might still feel the effects of the teleportation. Drowsiness or weakness is not unusual, as if fainting and spontaneously emptying of your bowels, bladder or stomach. How do you feel? I mean, rendered speechless, I had totally forgotten that I was shouldering the burden of representing my people to them as well. So much for being so professional, but at least he gave me a good excuse for my blunder. Well, you didn't really have a blunder, you were just obviously confused from the freaking trip. I think I'm alright. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we should go before it gets too dark. Come with me, please. I mean, it's pretty dark. Why though? So I followed the dragon, not straying too far from him, as the sun had already departed for the day and the remaining light diminished by the minute. It is getting hard to see where I'm going. Sorry about that, but we had a good reason to schedule your arrival like this. We do not want you to be ambushed by a crowd, so we had to keep your exact time and date of arrival secret. Oh, because they would be right. That makes sense. Because for them, it's also a huge event, right? So they would all gather around the portals, like, let's see the human, another human, more food. Sorry. Thanks. I suppose an event like this would make me a celebrity of sorts. It would be the same if one of you came to us, and hopefully that's gonna happen as well. Who doesn't want the dragon around? Well, that's quite an understatement. Some people here are rather superstitious. They might regard you, or any of your kind, as divine, I suppose. Ooh. Really? How so? I could be a god. I could be divine. Well, we do have certain myths that involve humans, and as such, I suppose the history lesson will have to wait for another time. Here we are. What is this place? By this point, it had gotten so dark that I could barely make out the building before us. I briefly wondered whether they might have streetlights elsewhere, or if they did just not require any due to possible enhanced eyesight or night vision. Would dragons see well in the dark? Do lizards see well in the dark? I could vaguely see the dragon, his light color still visible within the blackness that engulfed the area, rear up and manipulate the door handle with one of his forepaws. I mean, you'd think I had like an escort or something, but no. We just went to a regular house. Looks like a human granny decorated it. Hinges creaking, Great. By the way, great first impression. You take the human ambassador, right, to your world, and then you take him to a place where the front door creaks. Not good, not nice. I mean, anyway, no attention to detail on these dragons. Hinges creaking, the door opened, and with a flick of a switch, the apartment was flooded with light, blinding me after all the time we had just spent without it. By the way, an apartment, really, for an ambassador? I would like a compound. I would like a huge compound with at least 4 rooms. One, like a home gym also, something to have. A private chef, stuff like that. Well, this is where you will live for the time being. It is fully stocked, but in case you need anything else, I left you a note with a few phone numbers. Wait, I have to call? I mean, shouldn't there be like some sort of concierge or something? Just, a dragon to, like an assistant? No? It is getting rather late, so I'll have to take my leave now. In any case, someone will come and meet you tomorrow morning. This is very odd, right? Like, they just... It's like I'm just moving to a different city and I'm like, hey, you have this apartment. What? Thank you, Remy. Have a good night. Until we meet again. This is very odd. It's not very ambassador-like in terms of the treatment. With a nod, Remy left the apartment, mindful enough to close the door behind himself. Surveying the room, I considered the events that had just transpired as my gaze met the window. I could see movement outside, and as I drew near, startled, I could hear footsteps in the grass moving away quickly. That's probably some dragon paparazzi. They have TMZ as well, right? They must have some sort of, probably just reporters or something. Assuming it must have been the dragon I just met, I felt nothing of it as I went to bed and slowly succumbed to the sweet allure of sleep overdue. Really? You just go to bed? Seriously, I would not be able to sleep. If that was my first night there, I'll be, trying to read everything that they had. I would try to watch TV. They have TVs, right? I would like to get to know their world. It's also on late night, so maybe there's some, some X-rated, content available. You're like, I don't know. Why not? I spent a few moments thinking about my role, my mission, and what it meant to be here now. Okay, this is the choice. I felt the responsibility placed on my shoulders. I was eager for the adventure to come. Both. I would say both. But let's be excited about this. Excited. Because this is exciting. So many possibilities and prospects raced through my mind. Truth be told, the thought of being able to meet an entirely new species and civilization excited me. Yeah, exactly. It would anyone, right? Well, maybe not everyone, but yeah. As I was going to be one of the first to truly experience their society with its own little quirks, differences, and similarities, I couldn't help but feel like some sort of modern Vasco da Gama or Marco Polo. Actually, that's even like, I would go more than like higher, like Marco Polo to the nth degree, like let's say 10th degree. This is a whole new world. You're talking to dragons. This isn't like, this is huge. Maybe you're not realizing because you're going to sleep the first night. Anyway, maybe I would even write a book about the whole experience after it's all over. Of course, you have to do that. Write books. You have to go to paid gigs to speak to people back on Earth. Right? I was sure it would become a hit, all things considered. Yeah, I'll definitely. They would make a movie after it. At any rate, it was going to be fun. But just imagine, right? So you write a book about your experience, and then they try to make a movie or a series out of it, and it's not going to be as successful as I don't know, Game of Thrones or something. Just because, like, wait, these dragons suck. What's this story about dragons just going to get Starbucks and shit? It's like, I want dragons that just breathe fire and kill stuff. It's like, no, that's not the thing. These dragons actually live like us. Anyway. That book would be pretty boring. The most boring dragon book ever. Inception. Chapter 1. Speaking of dragons, my little dragon arrived in the room. My dog. And she went on her bed like a good girl. She's a good girl. I woke from uneasy dreams looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything, along with his own home phone number and work number. That's a little inappropriate. There were also some numbers for delivery of food and non-necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. Oh, you can call up. Okay, sure. He had suddenly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. I mean, probably like Mario. It's me, Dragon Mario. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon. But it will only be dragons, right? So... Oh, hello. Wait, are you naked? Because the other... Remy had a shirt on, at least. Hello? You must be cryptic. I'm Sebastian, and I'll be your escort. Or security, I suppose. Usually I work for the police, though. Nice to meet you. Hi? Are you naked? Wait, let me just lower the audio a little bit. The music. Because it's nice, it's just, you know, I want to hear myself think. And also, let's save. He seemed a lot smaller than Remy, and when he somewhat nervously extended his arm towards me, I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs, the two forelimbs instead having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. Well, he's more like a dinosaur, like a raptor, right? Shake his hand, don't shake his hand, kiss his hand. Why would I kiss his hand? He's not the Pope. Shake. When I took his hand into mine to shake it gently, I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you too, Sebastian. So, where are you taking me? Straight to business, eh? We're going to visit the plant where they're making your generators. They have some news for you, or so I heard. Reza will be there too. Oh, okay, so good. I'm actually going to see the other human that's on here. Let me just have a quick drink. And by the way, you know, while we do that, while I take a quick drink, just remember to like the live stream, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, because this is the best gaming channel online. Period. Just follow me. Maybe he doesn't want to be here. Sebastian. While we walked... Are you kidding me right now? We walk? This is not... I mean, I don't know... You know what? Maybe they don't have cars. Maybe that's the problem. You're right, I didn't think of that. While we walked, I was under the impression we were purposely avoiding the busier parts of town, instead straying towards the edges and small alleys as to not garner too much attention. That's a little suspicious. Even then, we got the occasional stare. Occasional? I mean, if I saw a dragon walking with another human, like around, I'd be like, wait, what? I'll take pictures. After just a couple of minutes, we arrived at our destination, where we were met by Reza, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stay too close to him. To him. Sorry, that was a weird way to deliver that line. Ooh. Okay, that's a lot more impressive with a dragon, and he actually looks like a dragon. Hey, Reza, long time no see. How true that is. Good to finally see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you of all people show up. Yeah, I guess those degrees aren't so useful after all. By the way, who's your friend? Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him, he doesn't talk much. I bet he'd win in a fight with me though. He looks grumpy, just like you. I mean, yeah, he would probably win a fight with my bodyguard. Because my bodyguard is just a, you know, flimsy raptor type dragon. The two dragons exchanged a few words as I met the gaze of the larger, tenebrous dragon a few paces from us. Sebastian turned towards me and spoke again. Hey Cryptid, this is Maverick. Nice to meet you. Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect me to give you any special treatments like everyone else and we'll all be good. What are you talking about exactly? So you're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like you're the next messiah or something? Actually no. I mean, sure, people were staring at me, not necessarily, you know, they didn't have like Messiah stares at them, on them. And I was housed in an apartment, and I was not treated to any nice meal, any nice alcohol, any dragon strippers, so no. Actually, no, they're not treating me like I'm freaking royalty or anything. No, I just thought... We're not the ones making a big deal out of this. You are. Blah. We're just here to get what we agreed on, and then we'll be gone. Are we? So that's the thing? If anything, I'd actually prefer if you left us alone, but you're the ones who insist on following me around everywhere I go. I mean, yeah, but that makes sense. You wouldn't just leave the humans, you know, alone. Because there are aliens to your world. Of course you would have, you know, bodyguards, yeah. Ooh. A growl escaped the darker dragon's trembling lips as he bared his teeth at Reza. Alright, that's quite enough. Let's just all go inside already, shall we? Okay, after you. This is like a freaking school, right? This scene, like this specific background, looks like it was firstly used on a visual novel where you got to, you know, like try to, you know, get the Japanese schoolgirls to date you. That's, I don't know. No, does it look like that for me? Anyway, it kind of looks like that to me. The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long, narrow hallways as Sebastian led us to our destination. Well, the high ceilings make sense because, you know, they're dragons, so... There you are. I was waiting for you. Ooh. Another dragon. Another naked dragon, by the way? I mean, I don't know what's going on here. But the first dragon, Remy, had the shirt on and now they're all naked, so... Wait a minute. I thought we were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here? Is she blushing? It's the only... they're only coming in later today, so you just have to make do with me. Oh, I see. Well, Cryptic, this is Anna. She kinda manages the building, though actually she's more involved with the research wing rather than production and engineering. Oh, nice to meet you. My pleasure. I have something for you, by the way. It'll take them a while to make all the generators we promised, but we've got one for you here. Feel free to send it home and give it a test. Oh, that's great. I'll take it. Huh, looks a little small if you ask me. Don't underestimate its power. Oh, and do be careful not to drop it. Well, how big is it? Can I carry it? Sure, I'll be waiting outside while you do your thing, Cryptic. Well, I suppose I'll wait for you outside as well. What thing? What are they talking about? Oh, have you bought the PDA? Yeah, of course. Here you go. Alright. Now to give this thing a test run. The PDA lit up as her hands swiftly moved around its interface in calculated motions. By the way, hands? I would say paws, but okay. By the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It would only take a drop of your blood. What? Why? Well, I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing would be very interesting to us. I'd share the results with you, of course. Okay, sure, why not? Great! She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which from a glance reminded me a lot of a test tube. Now, if you could give me your hand, please? Why is she blushing again? As I reached out to her, she took my hand into hers before she pressed the device into the back of my hand. I winced as pain jolted to my hand. Something sharp drove itself through my skin, and shortly afterwards, a drop of blood was sucked into the tube attached to the small needle. Thanks. You're welcome? You gave Anna your blood. I mean, I could give Anna more than just my blood, wink wink. I'm joking. Well, looks like your PDA is good, by the way, so we're just about done here. And since we're both in biology... She knows more about me than I know of her, alright? It could be interesting if you want to meet me some other time. Here's my number. Is she hitting on me? Alright. See you soon. She's blushing again! Well, that was interesting. Yeah! I just got kind of hit on by a The female dragon. Did she ask for your blood too? Yeah. Did you give it to her? Yeah. Oh, well, it's your choice. We got no idea what they might do with it though. What, are they gonna clone me? Well, I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast? See, by the way, okay, this is very odd. Like, if you were an ambassador and you know, that's a quite important position to be, right? Wouldn't they take you and give you breakfast before all of this? I mean, I don't know. I gotta say, in terms of the treatment and the manners, the dragons are quite lacking. They really need to learn some decorum from us. I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this. That shouldn't be a problem. There's a cafe not far from here. What do you say, Mavers? Mavers? Jesus. I wouldn't mind to grab a bite myself. That settles it then. We're just going to go to Starbucks? That's the thing? I mean, I'm an ambassador. I expect to be taken to like a high-end restaurant and fed like the best meals, no? Jesus. Going to a freaking coffee shop? Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quick to lead me to a table for two, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurant. Well, that's a little rude, unless... Actually, no, maybe Reza just wanted to talk to me alone, yeah. Finally, I can't stand that guy being on my tail the damn time. It's for your own security. I mean, maybe he just likes you a lot? No. Well, they say it's for our own security. I'm very much aware that is what they're saying. But you don't believe them. We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting looking dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, I guess that's how it's pronounced. I never knew how to pronounce these things. Possessing two rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Wyvern? Wyvern? Anyway. Oh, it's the humans! Yes. Oh, it's a dragon! That's a good one. Oh, she was blushing too. Welcome to our establishment. My name is Zidane, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you to? I mean, what the hell do dragons eat and drink that we could eat and drink? Coffee, how about some scrambled eggs with bacon? But, how? Okay, see, okay, this is the weird part. Like, the weird part is this. The game is, written like this is not a whole new thing for the character. It's like, just coffee for me, thanks. Thanks, you know, talking dragon from a different world that I just met today. I mean, why would I ask for coffee? Who would ask for coffee? I don't even know that they have coffee, right? Or scrambled eggs and bacon. Did I learn previously that they have scrambled eggs? And what do they have eggs from? Do they have chickens? Do they have other birds that they have like around? Bacon? Do they have pigs? I have no idea. Let's ask for today's special, because I don't like, you know, this just assumes that I know that they have coffee and scrambled eggs. I don't know that. Yeah, me too. But just make it quick. Jesus. Sure thing. 2 specials coming right up. I hope they're edible. As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it really? I mean, the universe is pretty big, man. I don't know what to tell you. If this is supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth, or even a different dimension, some things don't just add up. Don't you think so too? I mean, yes, because we're standing in a freaking coffee shop talking to dragons. It is a little bit weird. Let me just grab my tinfoil hat now. I'm not sure actually. I can't really say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now. What a creep. I mean, he's not a creep. He doesn't seem so bad to me, right? When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion, while I wondered whether it had just been a coincidence or if he really was able to hear us from the distance. Yeah, maybe they have, better hearing than us. I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble. Uh-oh. Okay, what kind of trouble? What are you talking about? Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can. But for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies. Oh, you mean the generator. He patted the generator's box with emphasis. God knows we need them. I mean, we can make our own electricity, we're fine. We didn't have to go to a freaking new world with dragons for us to have, to have electricity. We know how to produce it already. It's like, humans are pretty awesome. They've established that already. We're cool with that. I mean, sure, we could get better stuff, but it's not like we're suffering that much. I mean, technically we are suffering now, but for other reasons. Oh, here she comes. I can't wait to see the special. The female returned. Female. Okay, yeah, well, she's a female, yeah. Astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edge of her wings. She placed her forelimb on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wing to us with a gentle push of her snout. There you go. Watch out, it's hot. No shoe, scaly face, no. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. So what is it? Apparently today's special consists of an odd-looking fish of some sort. Okay, nice. I was a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. When the waiters brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Reza leaned forward and whispered something to me. I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do. Reza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. But you haven't even touched your fish? I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough. I don't think that's correctly written. There was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Reza's earlier words. I did not even have an idea what kind of threat might be lurking out there. Well, dragons? Those are threats? Eventually I took a bite of my somewhat unusual breakfast. While I already thought the smell was quite particular, the taste had been even worse. Oh. I imagine it might be the kind of delicacy that had an acquired taste. One that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it was too late. Too late for what? Are you done? Yeah, sure am. How'd you like it? I'll just say it's probably not for me. And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. You better wait outside just in case it decides to come back up again. Really? You tried the odd-looking fish. Oh, I got an achievement. That's nice. Sure thing. Okay, why? Okay, wait. Okay. Let's bring it back a little bit. Let's bring it back, right? Because we're playing, but we're also analyzing here because we're smart humans, and we're multifaceted humans. So we went from an apartment that looked like it was decorated by a 80-year-old woman, human specifically, right? Like human. Well, woman is a human, but you know what I mean. Right? Then we went to a factory that looked like a Japanese high school, right? Then we went to a cafe that looked like a more chic, a more high-end cafe, and now we're in a place that looks like it's a freaking old, not necessarily medieval, but 18th century houses, right? Human houses, by the way. This is very odd. I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of this strangely familiar world. Yeah, it's too close to our world also. In the short time I was here, I'd already found the similarities between their world and our world utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-before-seen form of life. As far as discoveries were concerned, Even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Yet, here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Yeah, they're too close to us. That's weird, right? Rizza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. Yeah, cause he wants to bring the generator back to Earth so he can mine Bitcoin and get rich. We know his intentions. We know his freaking intentions. He doesn't care about the dragons. He doesn't care that this is just, it's a whole new world. We can learn so much from this place. No, he cares about, oh, let me get the generator so I can mine Bitcoin. Even though it's like $18,000 now. You missed the mark, okay, dude? You missed it, okay? It's past now, right? It's past. If you were going to make money of Bitcoin, you know, should have done it like, you know, months and months ago. Now you just have to wait until it goes up again. Maybe if it goes up, we don't know. Anyway. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bat clamped in its maw who apparently had somewhere to be. Okay. Again, naked. What's with all the naked dragons? I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I'd seen enough dragons to recognize their variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab. I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind. No, I guess not. Guess I don't have to pay the bill. I mean, I don't have the money, so no. How nice of you. In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Rizza has a generator, you're free for today. So if you wanna go anywhere in particular, let me know. Or I could show you around town. I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Rizza's words, I wanted to be careful and not stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know? By the way, really? Really? Stay home? You're in another world with talking dragons. Why would you want to sleep the first night? Or how could you sleep the first night? And how could you just go, oh, you know what, I'll just be in my apartment? No, I want to walk around, I want to talk to everyone. I want to take pictures, I want to, you know, I want to, like, you know, give autographs, right? That's a thing. Anyway, it's a very weird, you know, situation here. I'll just accompany you back then. Alright, I'm just gonna stay here and do what? Here we are. Home sweet home. For now at least. Again, why would I say home sweet home? I've just been here one night. Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. See you tomorrow. See ya. This is weird. But maybe I can watch some TV. Can I watch some TV? I didn't even look at the apartment much. Really? So I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. See, that's interesting to discover the foods. Whether they were edible, they had there were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure, but I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. Well, you had the fish, and you didn't know what that was. I thought it was possible that some of the edibles, Jesus, might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. See, okay, that's a good thing. Look through the books. While I found the subject matter of man, myth or reality to be quite intriguing, I had to give up after just a few pages due to its exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. In the end, doesn't even matter, right? No. I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she's hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy went to another world and then he started to read the fiction. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I suddenly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wonder whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here, as it had back where I had come from. Back Earth, why would we say that? Anyway. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, oh my god, why would you describe this, oh Jesus, anyway. Sheridan used one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Wow, even the doorbell is well, like banal. Oh, it's the male dragon. The post dragon. Post dragon? Hello there. Would you please sign here? I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I? Well, you've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation. Oh, I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza. Alright, there you go. I'm Lauren, by the way. Let me guess, Lauren Ipsum. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions? What is this about? I'm just making small talk. Wait a minute. I recognize you. You tried to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you to your superiors for your inappropriate behavior towards our clients. Your clients. But it's important. Please just let me talk to Cryptic for a few minutes. You know how it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities. Help me out here. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they'll come up with. Let me show you something. The small dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages. I think I lost it. Anyway, I want to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. In some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy. What are you, Lauren? A reporter? No, I'm just, Do you want me to remove him? Is what he's saying true, though? Well, yeah, I guess. I see. Well, that sounds pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later, but that's all I can promise. Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now! Okay. Sorry about that. It's okay, don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was still holding Reza's letter. Okay, let's open it. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of pleasantries. I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was faked as to conceal its true intent. He didn't mention I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. Okay, let me save. Maybe we need maybe this is gonna be a mini game to decipher everything. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was that I was missing. Or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reaches you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there is so much we can talk about since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting venture we are now on, right? How have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I'll be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find the system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. Let's look elsewhere for hints? Or maybe he referred to the fact that we were both given an apartment. Considering the things they provided for us, maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There were many everyday items here though, and of course I still had no idea what in particular I was looking for. Look in the bookshelf. There must be maybe, you know, books, specific books. The bookshelf was stocked with quite a variety of books on different topics. Look behind the books? Maybe Reza left me another message here at some point. He could have known that I was going to live here, so I suppose it is possible that he helped with the preparations and hid something for me to find. Or not. Nope. Even after removing every single book from the shelf, there is still no indicator of anything that would help me decode his secret message. But even if Reza did leave a hint, this could have been anywhere in the apartment and not just in this bookshelf. Okay, look for an individual book. Maybe it has something to do with his books though. The shelf is full of them, but I suppose the hint could be hidden inside one of them. Which book should I look into? Dragonic Desire, Assault of the Humanoids from Outer Space, Born to Serve, Price and Prayer, the Ixomen Sphere and How to Use It. I mean, I have no idea. Let's see, Assault on the Humanoids from Outer Space? Arc 1. It was a dark and stormy night. Are you kidding me? Do I have to read all the fucking books now? Okay, anyway. Relentlessly pouring was the rain outside, periodically interrupted by the loud echo of thunder again and again. So quick had its roaring staccato become that it almost seemed like someone was pounding against the door. No, someone really was pounding on the door right now. The door swiftly opened, and the moment for which the house's owner had waited decades finally was here. I don't want to read every single book. This is stupid. This is too much text, seriously. Useless text, probably. Not on the field of battle do you meet me, human scum, but in the comforts of my own home do you seek to assassinate me? Feel my wrath. May it lead you to a slow and painful death. Death. He screamed at the top of his lungs. Your resistance will only temper my blade, inferior creature. Taste my blade and die from it. The reply wryly came from the human invader standing within the doorframe. Hero quickly stabbed him with his Magipen, a little hit which caused the human invader to slump to the ground instantly. His last words were, "Damn you, Hero. This is not over yet." Well, he melded into a red blotch, blotching up Hero's carpet. Hero looked up to the sky and realized all the thunder and rain had really been the UFOs of the invaders, numerous enough as to rival the raindrops falling from the sky. This was the moment when he knew it was too late. This meant war. Really? An invasion by human aliens? Is that what they think we're like? You know what? I'm gonna look for something else, cause this is just too much. I don't want to read freaking all the books. This is crazy. This is like, you know. Let's check. I mean, why would I look in the bathroom for a clue? Let's see. Let's check. Look inside the shower. Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. No shampoo to be found anywhere, of course, and no hint either. Just some body wash. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Let's. You know, I'm gonna criticize myself here. Well, my character at least. I mean, you can't expect them to have shampoo, cause they're dragons. They don't have hair. So if you don't have hair, how the hell would they have shampoo? I mean, you know, they have body wash like that, or shower gel. You know, you could use that, but you know, you can't ask them to just make a new product that they've never had before just because, you know, 2 humans arrived. I mean, that's, you know, that takes years and years to be made. Although to be fair, you know, shampoo makers, they have like a new formula of shampoo every 6 months, which is amazing. Anyway, let's look inside the cabinet. And there's gonna be like anti-anxiety pills, some paracetamol, and condoms. Alright? No razors. There were some pain meds though. Pain meds. Okay, take some. But not, I hope not like take as in like ingest. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but here we go. Why would he take the pain meds? You don't need the pain meds. Alright, that's weird. That's very weird. Okay, let's look in the kitchen. Fridge on, let's see the pantry. Just some fruits and veggies here. What should I look at? Date, fig, pear. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why the hell am I looking at like just random things? The pear. Let's see the pear. There were 2 of them. What a nice pair. That's stupid. If I put it on the floor and then step on it, what would happen? I'd be going on a date. Oh my god, these are atrocious lines. But no, there's no hint here. What do I know about figs? Quite a bit actually. Figs are ripe with history and still enjoy some cultural significance, especially in religious circles. For example, they are the leaves with which Adam and Eve covered themselves up in the Bible's book of Genesis. It also happens to be the kind of tree Buddha achieved enlightenment under. Alright. Thanks for the history lesson, I guess? Well, not history, but like mythology lesson. Not only that, it's also mentioned in Greek mythology. Isn't it fascinating? No, dude! You're in another world and you're talking about freaking figs! But wait, there's more. The influence of figs also extends towards words, phrases, and sayings we still use today. Oh my god. I can't believe I got a character that does not care that he's in a new world, a whole new world filled with talking dragons, and he's so excited to talk about figs. Take the word psychopath. Psychopath? Which comes from the Greek expression, meant someone who shows the fig, which was a vulgar gesture at the time, or I don't give a fig, which of course is a figure of speech. Figure of speech? Alright. We just established that my character is not interesting and not funny. It might be well said that the influence of figs is as far-reaching as its fruit is succulent. Figuratively speaking, that is. Oh my god. Cringe. Cringe. Cringe lines. I'm afraid nothing of this actually helps me with Reza's letter though. Alright, let's take the grape. What do you have on that? So, Daddy Grape finds his kid crying and asks, "What's wrong, kid?" But through all the tears, the kid couldn't get a single word out. Eventually, Daddy had enough, so he said, "Stop No, I won't say it. It wasn't a good joke anyway. Stop whining? Is that the thing? I thought he was going to make like a little song, like Daddy Grape do 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 do, Daddy Grape do 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 do, Daddy. I don't know, maybe. You learned a lot about fruits. Yeah, it's stupid, but okay. Lemons, lemons, lemons. Of course, why didn't I realize it sooner? Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message. Okay, that makes sense. Using household items. We learned about that in chemistry. Really? You didn't learn that in chemistry? That's bullshit. You don't learn that in chemistry. You learn that by watching movies where they, you know, have like secret messages on pieces of paper, and you just have to take that piece of paper and like heat it up to see the writing, in lemon ink appear. In the most boring detail, of course. Sure, okay. A message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just about invisible to the naked eye when dried, but after heating it gently, oxidation occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. Well, I guess that's fun if you learn it at school, but I've never had anything like that. We made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied by saying he'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then, I did remember it after all. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 PM was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I had to go out to meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. I mean, okay, the fact that the character is so boring and at the same time nonchalant about all this. It makes for pretty bad writing. It's like no human would behave like this given the situation. Or maybe the most boring, low IQ person would behave like that. But our character is supposed to be a smart dude with like knowledge in sociology, which, you know, okay, maybe for sociology you don't need a high IQ. You know, like take that for what it suggests. And you know, come at me in the comments. But biology would require some IQ. So I mean, what's this character about? He doesn't care that he's in a new place. He just stays in an apartment when he can see the whole world around him. He could talk to dragons, like ask them about, hey, what's your history? What kind of like technological marvels have you know, discovered recently? What, you know, like, what do you know about humans, right? How did you find the portal? How did you make it work? How do the generators work? Where do you get electricity from? Like, how do you make your energy? Why do your houses look like they're like from medieval times? Human medieval times, by the way. But no, he just goes to an apartment and he makes lunch. Afterwards, I resumed reading my book about the continuing adventure of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. By the way, also, he's reading freaking like a freaking like probably shitty fiction novel. Like he's some sort of like Marvel movie fan. It's like, dude, how low IQ can you be in terms of this situation? It's like, no, read interesting books, look at their programming if they have TVs, go outside, talk to people. How can you be so dense? Unbelievable, so dense. I'm ashamed with my character right now. Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, and stomped also, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the pages and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all of this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last as long as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I first arrived here. I might have had difficulties finding my way, otherwise I could still see the portal in the distance. I mean, again, we go from relatively modern buildings to like a village, like 16th century, 17th century village, human village houses from Europe. It's so weird. As I was walking, I wondered if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Everyone already asleep? I mean, maybe. Well, 10 PM, that's pretty early. Do dragons sleep a lot? Well, dragons, like lizards, do they sleep a lot? I don't know. Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal, his fidgeting making it obvious that he had waited just for me. Well, who else? For who else? I was already wondering whether you'd get it all. Get it all, okay, well, guess I did. What a wonderful night it is. Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here, without all the pollution lingering in the air like back home. Well, back home on Earth, on the boring Earth, you can still see all this. You just have to get out of the cities. So it's not like, oh my god, this world is so beautiful, you can see the stars. Like, yeah, we can see stars, you know, over here as well. You just, you know, not if you live in a big city, that's the thing. By the way, and if you would like to support me in getting the hell out of the, you know, this big city that I live in so I can see the stars almost every night, well, whenever it's not, okay? Then go to cryptichybrid.locals.com and join my locals community. That's the best way to support me. And you can use the code SupporterSeptember when you sign up, and you get one free month of supporter tier with all the perks that includes, and you also get a free game out of a list of like 88 games at this point. And no questions asked, you sign up, You don't pay anything, obviously, for the first month, right? You're not charged anything for the first month. You get all the perks of supporters, which includes making me play whatever you want every Monday, and that free game, no questions asked. You don't have to keep the membership if you don't want to. You get a free game no matter what. So go there, cryptichybrid.locals.com. Link is also in the description. Use the code SUPPORTERSEPTEMBER, one word. All right. For so long, humanity thought would find aliens out there. I mean, isn't this proof of that though? Yet after all these years, we found we were still alone in the universe. Well, no, that's stupid. That's not the case. It's like, you know what? We thought that we would find aliens, but after we found we were still alone. No, you can't find that you're alone. You observe that you're alone, right? But not like given the immensity of the universe, you cannot find that you're the only one in the universe, right? Because you didn't discover it's like you know what? Every single person, like it's like saying every single person on this world thinks that blue is a beautiful color, right? And the question there would be like, wait, did you ask every single person in the world? Obviously not, right? It's like that's if you take that literally, it doesn't mean anything, right? It would be impossible to ask every single person on the world if they think the color blue is beautiful. Same thing with this. We didn't find we were still alone in the universe. We just didn't find anything in the universe that we explored or we like, you know, discovered so far. Like we didn't find. You can't find you're alone, right? You observe that you're alone. There's nothing to find, right? And anyway, and this guy is supposed to be some sort of genius. That, you know, he was probably better than me at school, he had better grades. Fuck this guy. Sorry. He just wants to go home and mine Bitcoin with the new super efficient generator. Screw this guy, seriously. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place. Sure. What's going on, Reza? Why'd you call me here at this time? Well, for one, because we're sending the generator home. Why at night? Can't we do this in the morning? Right. Before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of the portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time because they use too much energy to Bitcoin mine. Anyway, in order to keep in contact with us and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open for just a quarter of an hour each day. Well, that's very little. But still, wait, a quarter of an hour, you can still send things, so that's pretty cool, right? You can send some, I mean, I would like a pizza. Alright, I don't eat the shit that they have here. I don't want the weird fish and, you know, whatever the fudge they have here. I like a pizza. Or, that could be awesome. Just imagine, you go to a different world, right? Let's assume they don't have pizza, right? You just tell the humans in that, you know, quarter of an hour, right? 15 minutes. To send them, you tell them to send like a pizza. And then you're like, hey, dragons! Look at this thing, and you know, you make them try the pizza. If they love it, your bank, your money, because you open up like the first like pizza place in the whole, and every single dragon in that whole place would line up for hours and hours to eat the pizza. That would be awesome. That's money right there. That's how you make money in a new world. But this guy doesn't think like that. Anyway. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected the sender, not the receiver. So, see, we can send a pizza. Pizza's not the big thing. However, this also meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with the PDAs and the generators, we were basically stuck here, right? Because we were too big. Actually, no, this doesn't make sense. Okay, see, this doesn't make sense because it says the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected the sender. So that means if we were going to be sent back home to Earth, the high energy expenditure would be on the dragons, and they had generators that could power, you know, the portal for days, whereas the humans had issues with the energy requirements of the portal. So we weren't stuck here because of that. Because they could always send us back. They had the energy to do that. So we weren't stuck here. We just didn't want, like, so that doesn't make sense, that line. We weren't stuck here. It's just humans could, like, the humans couldn't send too many things here. But the dragons could send a lot of stuff back. Well, back to Earth. As for the other, do you know what this place is? Dragonland? This is something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really? More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon. And we better not be here when it happens. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I hoped you'd see it too, but then it took me a while to understand, and I had a head start on you. In any case, yeah, I've been here for a day, by the way, a day. So he's like, oh, yeah, I had head start. He's like, I just arrived. While he was speaking, my gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby. Ooh, we're being watched. It was hard to make out anything, but I imagine it might just have been wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery, except for the fact that there was no wind. So yeah, so we were being watched. Jesus. Reza? This might take a while to explain, but we've got the whole night. I mean, you can summarize in like 10 minutes, I think. Reza, look. He turned around to face whatever I was seeing. He squinted hard before he called out. You! How dare you follow me even here? Oh, it was Maverick? The disturbance came closer until it became clear there was Maverick, see? Who had hidden nearby to listen in on our conversation. I knew we were up to no good. What were you talking about? What are you planning here? Some kind of attack? Wait a minute, there's no reason for... Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe and I saw the letter. You think I couldn't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic. You'll have to come with me to the police station now, both of you. By the way, what's funny to me is that if this was true, if this whole situation was true, let's imagine, right? Like, you know, if humans went to the dragon or whatever, right? They would, like, and they thought that we were planning an attack. They would take us to the police station? Don't the dragons have like some sort of... They don't have a military? Don't they have like a CIA to torture us in, you know, unknown locations all over the place? I'm kidding, but that's true. Like, we wouldn't be taken to the police. It's crazy, like, you know, there's a dragon cop that's like, yeah, I mean, I solve, you know, like, cases of, you know, dragons stealing donuts, but I guess I also have to, you know, interrogate you humans about the potential war that you want to bring upon all of us. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. The police station, really? I want the military. I'd like that. I'd like to be court-martial, please, because I'm a freaking ambassador. I'm not a petty thief. So yeah, I'm not coming until I see. Whoa! What? Whoa! 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 Reza, what are you doing? Did he shoot? What the? Come on, Cryptic, let's get out of here. Wait, what? In the dragon's side, I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated his side. Trickle of blood staining his dark scales and the earth beneath. Reza used the opportunity to run off in some direction. I wasn't sure which. What? What? Okay, see, this is how an international conflict happens. With this shit, why would he shoot him? Where did he? Well, he had the gun, I guess. Wait, why didn't they confiscate the gun? I would have confiscated the gun from him, like when he arrived. I frantically scanned my surroundings looking for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat, and I had no idea what was happening. Well, first of all, you're not a diplomat, because apparently you know sociology and biology. That doesn't make you a diplomat necessarily. That just makes you a guy with degrees. By the way, very uninteresting guy with degrees. Suddenly, the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I like thick tails and I cannot lie. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. A deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try, as to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It suddenly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before he lay down on the ground, panting. I'm still watching you though, and you better not move for your own good. If I have to get up again and come after you in this condition, I can promise you it won't be nice. Or I won't be nice. It took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was two dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian, the other one I didn't know. I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchange a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. Okay. Oh, come on! It's the Dragon Police! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's funny. This is funny. This is so freaking funny. I'm sorry. And he has a freaking scar. This is too comical. Who wrote this? I mean, it's so like absurdly stupid, but in a funny way. Like you know, for the most part in a funny way. It's a cop. It's a cop dragon. He has a freaking police badge around his neck, like he's some sort of like human, like detective in like, I don't know, like a police procedural TV show on Earth, and he has a freaking face scar. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Hey kid, you alright? I think I'm alright. I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened? By the way, the chief of police, I'm an ambassador from another world, and they send in the police chief. Unbelievable. And he's here to investigate. Will you tell me what happened here? It's like, are you taking notes? Not sure. Reza shot Maverick and ran off. Maverick followed us here and tried to apprehend us. Well, technically, all of these would be true. I'm gonna say, because I'm not sure. So I'm gonna say not sure. You know what? If they want to interrogate me, let them take me to the police station. But I don't want to be interrogated by a freaking cop. Is that so? His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation. Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness at any rate. That's just brilliant then. What do you think, Chief? Cryptic, can you walk? Yeah, I think so. Alright. Sebastian, take Cryptic to the apartment. Get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza. Right on. Come on, Cryptic, I'll help you up. So back to the old lady apartment. I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. It's not your apartment. Why would you say that? Anyway, not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. Are you kidding me? He saw a guy shoot a dragon, and he just got, you know what? It was such a long day. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Like, I would not be able to sleep. I would be like just panting around, just going around the apartment. I would probably try to find something to snack. I would turn on the TV. I would watch like some infomercials, some dragon infomercials at like 2 a.m. Because I would not be able to sleep. But no, this guy, deep slumber, no care in the world, unbelievable. Such a bad ambassador. Such a bad ambassador, dude, Jesus Christ. They couldn't send. This is the worst person they could send. The next day, I woke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. Well, this is not how it works. This could be an international, not international, a universal conflict. Because the thing is this, like, right now, if the dragons misunderstand the whole situation, they could send dragons to attack Earth, because they have the energy to do that. So this is very dangerous. This is not just like, oh, it's an investigation and what's going on, and I'm just gonna call the cops and maybe see what's going on. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now. Why are you not worrying? Of course you're gonna worry. Like, there could be a huge war between dragons and humans. So I settled for starting. He's starting another book. Look at this guy. He's crazy. This is insane. It didn't take very long though before the doorbell rang. Did Bryce the police chief take it upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it'll mean bad news. Afraid so. How are you holding up? Well, better than yesterday, that's for sure. Because I had a long sleep, and I slept so good. I'm in another world with all sorts of weird creatures that I've never seen before yesterday, but I slept like a baby because I'm the worst character that could be made for a game like this. Let's go for a walk then, shall we? Uh-oh, that's not good. Let's take a walk. Sure. This time, I was taken along a different route than yesterday. Yeah, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. Well, yeah, obviously. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza. Yep. We hope he would come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him. What do you mean some meaning to him? This is a whole new world. How would anything hold any meaning to him? He's only seen this place for like what? A few days? Maybe a week or so? Even if he had more, a month. How could anything around here have meaning to him? No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before... there's that too. I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this? How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick's doing fine. There's plenty of blame to go around. You're right, they didn't particularly like each other. By the way, which is funny, like, they didn't like each other. Who gives a fuck? Maverick should be like should have been just like a bodyguard. Just shut up, don't say anything, just watch his mark. Like well, you know, like, that's it. What, do you have to like each other? No. Do you think Drake's bodyguards like him? Of course not. Anyway, or I don't know, anything. Take any celebrity that has bodyguards. Do you think those bodyguards like them? Of course they don't. They, you know, it's just a job for them. In his statement, Maverick said he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me that something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least that was the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way, that you both planned this all from the beginning. No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You even already have our PDAs and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a good point. I believe you, but from our side, we only have Maverick's words on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. Yeah, and whose fault is that? But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out fine. Why? Why would you be glad that I came out fine? I'm a human. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. Why would you care? If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly. Alright, I don't really care. This kind of attack on a diplomat could be classified as an act of war, punishable by death. Ooh. Maybe they both act in the heat of the moment, because apparently I have to play like by the way, I'm supposed to be a diplomat, but apparently my character has to behave like he's part of a freaking soap opera with dragons. Maybe. Well, we still got quite a lot on our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Oh my god. So cringe. Like, just everyone just add cringe. Just everyone write cringe in the comment section, just because this is cringe. Actually, whenever you see a line that's cringe, just write cringe. Just comment cringe. That's it. Let's see how many cringes we can get. Maybe Reza will still show up soon, and we can get all of this behind us. Well, okay, see, that does make sense. So Reza, he thought that this war was coming to an end, the dragon world. Wouldn't he want to save himself and get the fuck out, and just go to the portal, activate it, and go back? Well, I hope so too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident. Yeah. How about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wants our people panicking about this already, right? I merely nodded in agreement. Oh, sorry. Okay, where are we now? The mayor's office? Let me guess. Eventually, we arrived at the police station where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. This is so funny. This is playing out like we're just like this is not a. This game does not play out in terms of the story like there are two different worlds going on, like that, or it's a whole new world that your character is seeing. It's like, yeah, they have a police station, they take your statement, it's like, it's fine, it's like the human world except it's dragons. Like, what? maybe this game was initially supposed to be something else, and they just put dragons in like in the at the let's say at the last minute, because all of this, like the backgrounds seem very human-like. Like the only thing that stands out really are the dragons, right? The only thing that stands out is the dragons. Is the dragons? Are the dragons? Are the dragons? So it kind of feels like they had a story and they're like, you know what? This is kind of boring. What can we do? And like, well, I mean, previously we had Asian-looking men and women, and you know, you could romance them, and you could have sex with them, but this has been done, so let's try something else. Well, what's in right now? And by the way, this game was out in January 31st, 2017, so 5 years ago. Well, 5.5 years ago. So what was hot in 2017 or 2016, the end of 2016 and the beginning of 2017? Well, furries were definitely rising, so it was like, okay, so what can we put in? Well, we could put furries in, well, like animals, not necessarily furries, right? And someone at Radical Fi, the studio that developed the game, was like, yeah, but that's a little bit like too on the nose. Let's try something like that, but a little bit different. Like you know, not. And someone, you know, they had the whole meeting and like, wait, I know, dragons. And like, whoa, yeah, Game of Thrones is still a thing in 2017. We could put fucking dragons. People love dragons right now. People are like dragons are awesome. It's like, let's put dragons in, and they put dragons in. Alright. Eventually we arrived at the police station where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverick too. Not that I knew much of anything that preceded yesterday's events, or the mysterious catastrophe Reza had mentioned. Maybe the world is coming to it, like there's gonna be like an explosion, maybe there's a meteor coming to hit the dragon world, right? Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat by his table, waiting and listening to the going-ins of the small provincial town police department. By the way, provincial town police department? If you're gonna welcome a person from another world, from another species, an alien species, you would just be in a freaking provincial town? Small provincial town? I mean, yes, I get it. The portal is there, so what can you do, right? Yes, you would bring freaking like military, you'd bring like all sorts of like scientists to analyze the, you know, the humans, to negotiate, to talk to us about the world, what we understand about the portals and stuff like that. But no, it's like, this is like a small town thing. Doesn't matter. Anyway. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensued that I couldn't make out from my position. This went on for a bit until Bryce returned to me. Afraid I have some bad news for you. More bad news for you. Reza has now officially become a murder suspect. A murder? This is just funny. By the way, cringe. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna participate in my own thing. I'm gonna write cringe in the chat, because this is cringe. Sorry. This is cringe. I'm sorry, but this is cringe. It's like, it's dragon, now it's murder? We're headed to the crime scene and hoped you'd come with us. Me? A murder scene? I don't really know much about forensics. This is funny. It's like literally this is like a B-rated TV show from the 2000s. It's like, this guy was an ambassador to another world, and then, you know, the events took place, and he went you know, working with the cops. He was just he was just there to observe. You know, he wasn't supposed to do anything. But he and the main investigator fell in love, and over 4 seasons, they you know, developed loved, and finally they kissed. And then the series ended because everyone is bored when the 2 main characters that are being shipped they get together. So I'm going to assume there's going to be a really, really hot dragon detective, doing the whole thing, and I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna turn this into Castle. I'm gonna be the human hot, like boyishly handsome writer, and I'm gonna find my K-Bex, my Kate Beckett in the dragon, and you know, we're gonna have the whole thing. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna kiss. We're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. It's just that you're the only link to Reza we have. Yeah, because I'm the only human. Consider that what we said would happen. Consider what he said would happen to us. It's in all our interest that we find him as soon as possible, and if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it would be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday. So okay, so I assume Reza killed another dragon. So Maverick probably didn't die, but Reza killed another dragon that was maybe looking for him. Okay, I'll help you. I suppose I don't really have much choice here, but you're right. We've got to find Reza, and if that's what it takes, then I'll do it. Again, this really seems like it was written without dragons initially. Very well, let's go then. Okay, let's. I'm going to assume there's going to be a hot dragon detective. Okay. Hot, like female dragon detective. Tall, you know. Well, she wouldn't have hair, but you know. Maybe blonde, like yellowish. That's the. On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what would come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals. Asking myself how similar this would be, I wondered if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse I would be seeing. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation. Well, this morning the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Blood loss from multiple wounds are they likely cause of death? Forensics was already here, so feel free to poke around. So the Dragon CSI already did their work. A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached, while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers. I know it won't be pretty, and I'm sorry for putting you through this, but you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you, and you should be fine. Alright. Are you ready? Yes, I guess so. Alright. That's quite a lot of cuffs. Okay, but maybe... See? What do I think? Well, I think... Why is there blood at the mouth? Interesting. So, okay, so lots of cuts. Reza had a gun, though, so I was just... I assumed that, you know, the murder would have been by gun? Well, he's definitely dead. Yeah, rest in peace. Let's just say this will be your test, and tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot. Okay, see, okay, this is funny to me. So this Angel with Scaly Wings, like 3 months before it was released, probably was just like a detective game where you were some sort of young investigator who went to see like a former like college mate, and something happened and they ran away, and now you know you went to a small town. You were from a big city somewhere. You were studying. You were a young guy who just finished his studies, and you went to the small provincial town because one of your friends called you. Not one of your, you know, right? And literally, because this is like, I'll just say this will be your test. Why would this be a test? I'm an ambassador. I have nothing to do with the investigation. So why would this be a test? Why would he test me about my deductive skills? It doesn't make any sense unless this was written from something else. So yeah. See, investigation start. What? You know, 2 wings, 2 legs, just like the waiters in the cafe. Why would you mention her? Everyone has 2 legs and anyway. Well, actually no. About as big as a human, lengthwise, if not slightly taller. Right. This was probably a human victim in the original plans of the game. The wingspan would certainly look impressive at that size. Is he talking about his wing or his... Never mind. Oh, I can click on the... The wounds are kind of hard to miss. True. But what are they telling you? Well, they're not defensive wounds because they're on the inside. They were inflicted with a sharp implement. Well, duh! The perpetrator was an unusually large or small person. He was already dead when he got the wounds. No, because that's bleeding. It was suicide. Let me save first. because apparently we went from being an ambassador to another world full of talking dragons to solving a murder. Anyway, very basic, very basic, very disappointing. Sharp implement, obviously. They're clean cuts, like from a knife or another sharp instrument. That's true. But why does this matter? Dragons don't use knives. It could have been Reza. It could have been someone with hands. It couldn't have been Reza? Reza had a gun already. Why would he use a knife now? Right. That weapon he was using on Maverick is called a gun, right? Yeah. What strange contraptions. By the way, it's amazing that they could make carrier generators, that very powerful and efficient generators that you can carry as a human, but they didn't have weapons. I mean, I guess the body was a weapon to some extent because they have claws, but still. Well, he could have had the reason to use a knife over his gun if it was him. Can you think of any? Makes him look cooler. No, he lost his gun. Didn't want to make any noise. He didn't want to make any noise. After all, he ran away from Maverick trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would have easily given away his position and alerted others in the area. Right. That could be a good reason. By the way, which wound do you think was the lethal one? The neck one? Chest, wings, or neck? Definitely not the wings. I'm gonna say neck, because you can see the pool of blood, right? It's so much. It's higher here. If the chest wound would have been the lethal one, you would have a bigger pool down. So I'm gonna say the neck. I think it was the one on the neck. That's right. If all the blood from it wasn't a giveaway, this is a stab wound, characterized by a smaller footprint. You can tell it's also the deepest one. I mean, it doesn't look smaller than the others, but okay. And from the location, it's pretty obvious this must have done tremendous damage. What else do you see? The blood? Well, there's a lot of blood. He was hemophiliac. Oh my god. Can dragons be hemophiliacs? He had AIDS. What? 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 Who wrote this? What do you mean he had AIDS? I mean, I appreciate the absurdness of the what? He died here. This isn't blood. He was dragged here after he died. He committed suicide. How the hell would I know he had AIDS? This is so stupid. I like it. This is funny. Like, okay, if you're gonna play this game, like, you need to know what you're getting yourself into and just, you know, enjoy the ride, because this is so stupid. He died here. Else he would have been, there would have been a trail we could follow. The splatters also suggest this is where they fought. That's true. Unfortunately, it doesn't help with determining who the perpetrator is. Objection! Excuse me? Sorry, I also wanted to say that. Okay, wait. Okay, so this was supposed to be some sort of, like, definitely a detective game, right? Definitely a detective game where maybe your character was like a young prosecutor, and that's why he said objection, or like a lawyer in training, and he participated and he joined like an investigation for whatever reason. And then, you know, the developer said like, well, this is so, wow, we just made a very boring game, and they're like, wait, we can put dragons in it and sell it like that. Anyway, go on. What about blood on his muzzle? That's true. See that? That's weird. You tell me. What do you mean you tell me? I'm a human. I don't even know dragons. I've been here for 2 days. Why do you expect me to fucking solve a murder case? I don't understand this. Anyway, he is a vampire. This is so stupid. He fought back. He had a bloody steak earlier. That's so stupid. He had gum disease. Oh my god. He bit his tongue during the fight. These are all so stupid. These are all so... He fought back. I mean... I'm gonna save. This is wait. I can't save? Yes, I can save. This is so stupid. He bit his tongue during the fight. He's a vampire. Gum disease. I'm gonna assume it's not the gum disease. Maybe he bit his tongue? That's actually a real possibility. He probably would be. We probably would be seeing more blood if that was the case, though. The blood is mostly just that he fought back. Let's just say he fought back. It might be the perpetrator's blood. Yeah, he could have bit him. Yeah, it's true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. Well, I think that's about everything. Investigation over. Oh my god, this is such a funny thing. I can't believe that they retrofitted a mediocre detective game, right? Or a very likely mediocre detective game with dragons. It's like, hey, oh Jesus Christ. You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often. Yes, because, you know, probably the plan for the game, for the original game, was to have, you know, sequels for it. But now, if you put dragons in it, can you really make angels with scaly wings too? Maybe you can, but, you know, different world. You did well on the first investigation. Well, thank you, system. Hey, Chief, do you still need a witness here for anything? Sebastian approached with the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine, the waitress from the cafe. She seemed distraught, which given the situation wasn't very surprising. I don't think so. Take her to the department, get her statement written up, and that should be it. Sure thing, boss. Alright, miss, we're going to have to take you to the department. Of course. When she spotted me, however, her composure brightened visibly. Oh, it's the human. Well, I'm a human. I have a name, you know. Go away. No. I'm a human. Well, I call you by name, but you never actually told me. I mean, okay, wait. So I'm supposed to believe that this dragon that discovered the dead body is now blushing and flirting with me? Really? It's cryptic. That's my name. You are my number 2? I mean, what are we? Are we in what was that song? Jesus Christ. Cypress Hill. What's your name? What's your number? Yeah. What are you doing here? Do you work with for our police now? Yes, because this was supposed to be a detective game, and all of you were supposed to be humans, but the developers decided last minute to put dragons in it to make it more interesting, which, you know, it's not, but okay. It's just a hobby. I guess so. That doesn't sound very convincing. Well, I'm not quite convinced either. By the way, I didn't know that you also did deliveries. Let me guess, she has a Vespa? I do a little bit of everything, really. Oh, that's nice. I liked my fish yesterday. Why is he lying? Oh my god, my character wants that dragon pussy. This is unbelievable. Because, well, he didn't like the fish. He thought it was very weird. We've seen that. He didn't like the fish, but just because he saw this dragon and she's kind of flirting with him and she's blushing, like, oh, let me get on that. It's like, dude, you're a human, right? You're a human. Keep it in your pants, okay? Keep it in your pants while you're here. You're supposed to be an ambassador. You're not here just to go dragon pussy hounding, okay? Jesus. You don't have to hide it. I know it's quite an acquired taste. Oh, see, she knows. She called us on our bullshit. To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone new like you, but you could always try something different. Oh, like what different? Wink wink. Something different, wink wink. Another specialty of this world, wink 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 wink. Like yellow dragon? Is that a specialty that we could try? Here's our number if you don't want to come in, and we'll deliver anything to have. Wait, we have to you. Oh, she's okay. You know what? I take it back, because she's flirting really heavily with me. So if my character gets some dragon pussy, I mean, you know, at least, you know, it's all you know, she's coming onto him really strong. Here's our number. If you don't want to come in, and we'll deliver anything we have to you. Anything we have. Anything. You know. So the menu has everything on it. Anything they have. Anything. Okay. Thanks. Sorry, I guess we should be going. Bye. Anything. She basically invited herself over. She basically just wants us to like after, you know, this day is over, she wants us to call the cafe. They're like, yeah, I would like a delivery. Can you send a Dean over, and can you make it the last delivery of the day? And it'll just just get some, I don't know, something that's not weird and a human could eat, and tell her that it would be great if she comes from some Netflix and chill. Wink, wink. So what do we do now? I suppose we'll head off too, unless... Oh no. What is it? We got a violent homicide, and of course nobody from the department tells me. I mean, Maverick, are you a cop or what? I'll have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel fast, huh? Of course nobody told you. You're on sick leave. Mandatory sick leave, I might add. Oh yeah, right, he is a cop then. He is an officer of the law. I'm not here on any official capacity, you see. I'm merely enjoying a curative walk in the fresh air and happen to come across you by accident. Oh, Maverick is playing the suspended cop who wants to, finish the job. Cause he can't just let go. What do you want, Maverick? I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this, but the prime suspect's body can mess with the investigation. I see how it is. You like the human. I know what you're thinking, but don't jump to conclusions here. I don't want any... Never mind. I don't need to jump to conclusions. I think the dead body we found says it all. You really have an attitude problem. You know, if you weren't on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Cryptic yesterday. Do you have any idea what kind of repercussions this could have? Yes, suspend him like in all the freaking B-rated action movies. Me attack him? As far as I can see, I'm the only one who's injured here. Besides, I'm so sorry for apparently being the only one who's doing his damn job. And also, you're too old for this shit, right? Right, let's all just sit idly by while the suspect's on the loose and planning his next move. You know, whatever it was Reza was talking about, anyway. He was going to tell me just before you showed up yesterday, so it's your fault technically? I don't need to hear you, of all people, belittling me like this. What's your problem, dude? If anything, I want to find him just as much as you do. Don't compare yourself to me. Your words mean nothing. This is like that meme. It's like, I'm investigating this because I love my people. You're investigating this because you want to get out of here with that generator and go mine Bitcoin on Earth. We're not the same. Enough. You shouldn't be here, so you better go and get some rest before I have to take disciplinary action. God damn it, Maverick! You're suspended without pay. Give me your badge and your gun. And then he just goes. That's literally what they're. It's like classic. Fine, but when we find him, you'll see I was right. If I have to prove it myself, so be it. Yes, he's going on his own. That's gonna be funny. Like this is good. Like this should be like a whole different game where Maverick goes on his own with he was a cop and good at his job, but his police just suspended him without pay, took his badge and his gun. Now, without any credentials, he couldn't flash the badge around to get through his investigation. He had to take matters into his own hands. I mean paws, I mean wings. Alright. Can he even just do his own investigation like that? Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us, we can't really stop him from doing things in his own free time. Okay, I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of performing an unbiased investigation, though. He has already made up his mind. It's clear to me that he won't be looking for facts, just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove it to us or himself. Who knows? He's always been like that. Always something to prove. We'll have to be careful. He'll be looking for Reza soon enough. Yeah. Let's see. Let's hope we find Reza before he does. Yeah. Don't worry, Reza will turn up eventually. I sure hope so. No, sorry. I surely hope so. It's not sure, it's surely. All things considered, I had to admit that it remained a possibility that Maverick was right. But could the Reza I knew really be a murderer? Well, you didn't really know Reza, did you? You know what? You think of something that might help us with the investigation, or if you need anything else, just call me. I will. Now I'm going to go back to my apartment and sleep, because I'm such a good boy. I'm such a good boy in this strange new land. Well, I think we're done here. Let's go. So, no hot detective that I could shadow and no. Bryce led me back to the apartment. I guess there wasn't really much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more arduous parts of the investigation. Yeah, because I'm not part of the police, so maybe I should have been glad about this. Though now I had an afternoon to fill. What should I do? Well, let me think. I'm a human in a world full of talking dragons. Let's see what we do. Can I? Let me do the most banal things ever. Because this is what this game is about. Doing the most boring ass things in an interesting setting. Meet with Remy, which I haven't seen from the beginning. Meet with Anna, who I barely know. Meet with Lorem, he just wants to mine me for info so he can make money. Writing on, probably he has a blog or something. Do they have an internet here? I don't know. Meet with Bryce. I mean, we talked to Bryce. Order some lunch. That could be like a kind of like a date with whatever her name is. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's order some lunch. I remember that Adine, okay. Had told me that the cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. This is exactly how certain porn movies start. It's like, you make an order and you open the door and it's a hot delivery. Well, usually it's a delivery guy, but you know what? In this case, it's a hot delivery dragon. Oh, I wonder who that might be. It just so happened that the Dean herself stood in the door. Oh, dripping wet and with damp containers in her grips. Oh my god. You're soaking wet. Come on in. Let me give you some clothes so you can, take off your clothes so we can dry them. Oh, by the way, you're not wearing any clothes. Oh my god. Oh, poor Dean. She's soaking wet. We can't let her just stay there in the cold and rain, right? We have to invite her in, right? Maybe we can find a blanket, for her to dry, and then we can eat together and watch a movie, and then maybe, just maybe. Oh, it's you again. What do you mean it's me again? You were basically throwing your dragon pussy at me earlier, inviting me to call you for a Netflix and chill, and you're like, oh, it's you. You know who it was. I'm the only human here. Anyway. Hey, I'm gonna say hey. Hey, how you doing? Here's your order. Sorry, it got a little wet. It should still be okay. Did you fall into a river? Oh, see, exactly. This is it. Oh my god, you're soaked. Why don't you come in to dry yourself a little bit? Thanks. I was just about to ask if I could stay for a while. I mean, I'm sorry, but she's very forward, I gotta say. Plausible deniability, that's still it's very feminine of her. She still has the plausible deniability, because it's like I just went in, like, when she talks to her dragon girlfriends later on, to tell the story, she'll be like, oh, I was just doing a delivery, and I just then, when he opened the door, I just realized it was the human, and I was soaking wet, and I just asked him to stay in there for a while so I can dry up, and one thing led to another, and her dragon girlfriends will be like, oh my god, tell me more, what happened, girl? And like, well, oh my god, you slut, you got human cock. It's like, what? Anyway, this was actually my last delivery for the day. Come on. And I live on the other side of town. Really? She's lying, by the way. She's not living on the other side of town. I mean, of course, I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside. No, we can't let this ugly weather, you know, like spoil this beautiful young lady dragon, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. I feel dirty. I feel dirty like going with this scenario. This is such a... you know, if you're right at home, I better get this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food while Dean started to take a seat opposite of myself. Come on, go on the... Oh my god, this guy has no game. I mean, he has a wet lady dragon that wants his dick, and he's like, yeah, we're just gonna stand at the table and eat. No, dude. Give her a blanket, wrap it around her, tell her to go on the couch, and you go on the couch next to her, and you kind of start eating a little bit. You're like, hey, like you want to watch something together, and you turn on the TV, and one thing leads to another, and come on, man, you have no game. Do you like it? Yeah, I ordered something I knew I'd actually like this time. I didn't want to make the same mistake I did earlier. Do you have something similar where you come from? Well, we do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back home. Really? Maybe we all just share a similar taste. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. At least that's what I think. So, what do you do when you're not working at the restaurant? Do you have a family? By the way, that's like, have a family. What he really wanted to ask is if she has a girlfriend, boyfriend or girlfriend, right? I mean, I don't know. This world seems very similar to our human world, so maybe they're dragon lesbians. We don't know. Maybe that's fine. You know, no hate, you know. I would watch some dragon lesbian porn when I was there, like, you know, if I was in that world. Why not? You know, just curiosity. It's curiosity. By the way, if you like the live stream, give it a thumbs up. Because, by the way, no one who played this game, I bet you, had all this take on the game. Discovering that the game was actually like more boring, and they put dragons in, and then, you know, exposing it like this. Well, most of the time I take care of my kids. Oh, she's a single mom. Wait, no. I think probably she's a single mom though, right? Oh, nice. How many children do you have? Well, they aren't really my children per se. I just take care of them. Wait, what? What do you mean? You're more of a foster parent then? Not quite. These are orphanated children I'm talking about. I just volunteered to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter and teacher all in one. Oh, okay, so she doesn't have kids. Okay. I can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I'd love to, but I work far too much for to be a single parent. Oh. With the amount of time I spend at the restaurant, I don't think the kids would be any better off, so I just help whenever I can. Oh, that's very nice of you. That's not very sexy though, I gotta say. Like, talking about kids, not very sexy. So, Dean, if you want this human dick, you're gonna have to spice it up, right? We can't just talk about, you know, you feeling sad that you can't spend, you know, all time with kids. I get it. You're signaling to me, right, that you're not a dragon slut. You actually like kids and you want a family. So I'd better not be like a player who just wants to, you know, pump and dump in a with dragons. I get it what you're doing. I understand. Thanks. These kids already didn't get a very good life. I just thought that if I could make even a small difference for them, it'd be worth it. Oh, that's lovely. That's cute. I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any? Can I ask a question for a change? Sure. Sure, go ahead. Well, I don't really know much about you. Actually, I'm not sure if there's anyone here who does. Well, no. Okay, what would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? Avoid the question by making a bad pun. I'm gonna say it's classified because that's hot. That's hot. It's like, ooh, he's mysterious. Like, you know, that is classified, yes. Oh, of course it is. I suppose it's my turn again. So, Tell me more about your hobbies. Well, the one I enjoy most is probably flying. Is flying really a hobby if you're a dragon, though? Isn't that like just like walking? Can walking be like a hobby? I guess maybe, probably not, though, right? Walking is just walking. Just flying? Well, not just flying. I do aerobatics or stunt flying. I've been doing that on and off for a couple of years now. Ooh, by the way, you know what that means? You know what that means? If she's flying, doing like air tricks, that would be very hot. Air stripping. She doesn't need the pole, and her stage is the whole sky. That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Having a stripper dragon girlfriend, that's hot. Doing like, you know, tricks while she's undressing in the sky, flying, that's hot. That's hot, or that can be hot. What's that exactly? You must be the most overqualified delivery flyer. Oh, that's kind of cute, because that's kind of like a compliment. No, but let's ask more questions, more open-ended questions. Is the practice of doing flying maneuvers while roll, spins, or loops? How are you? I'm doing fine. I'm actually enjoying making fun of this game. It's been, you know, it hasn't really been a very productive day, but I'm having fun with this live stream. Which, by the way, it's already 2 hours in, but I'm having too much fun. I'm probably gonna have to play this more. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition in some time. Awesome. Where can I watch that? Well, I suppose that depends on whether you will be here when it takes place. It's part of a festival we hold in this town every year. Well, okay, since it's my turn again, well, this might be an unusual question, so when they said it was a human that would be coming here, I kinda expecting something a bit different? What do you mean? Well, what did you expect? I'm not sure exactly, but they did say it was humans that made us who we are today, so you don't seem so different from us, though. I mean, I don't have scales, I don't have teeth like you, I don't have wings like you, so we're pretty different. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, yeah, exactly, but you're not really anything like some sort of things that have been said about, you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. Well, I could say the same things about you. Really? Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons. Like what? There are too many to list. Dragons are greedy, man-eating monsters. Dragons are noble creatures. I mean, yeah, let's go for the noble creatures. Or no, no, you know what? No, let's go do the greedy, man-eating monsters. Cause it will be shocking to her, and then she'll want to prove to me that she's not a greedy, man-eating monster, although she would eat this. Never mind. You know what I mean. Well, according to some, you are greedy, man-eating monsters, and also sometimes associated with evil and the apocalypse. Well, that's not very nice. Though to be fair, some of what we have about you isn't very nice either. Good to know you aren't vicious monsters then. Oh, we can be vicious if we want to be. We just usually know better. Alright, well, no matter what you think about us humans, I can assure you that I'm no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Why? You say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you're here with us right now is quite special to me and many others. Just try to see it the other way around. You know, you have a good point. What were you thinking when you first heard of us? I thought it was awesome. I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here. See, it's not so one-sided after all. So don't be surprised if some of us feel the same way. And it's not just the discovery of you dragons. We found a portal to an entirely different world. And still I behave like I'm not in a different world. We still haven't figured that one out yet. Neither have we. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have here. Draconic Desire, Ixomen Sphere. Are these yours? No, they were already here when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Sheridan and the Scepter of Sovereignty. Oh, how did you like it? I loved it. I'm gonna say I love it because it's like, you know. I see. Oh, you've got Price and Prayer. Not, sorry. Price, not Prince. Price and Prayer. You totally should read that one. You think so? What's that? It's not just an interesting story, it's based on true events. The author is so right when he says there's a lot we can learn from what happened back then. Huh. I'll check it out when I have some time. Let me know when you do. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it. Okay, see this? See this? Sneaky little dragon? She just set up the scenario for another date. Well, another encounter, right? Because it's plausible deniability, right? Because if I'm gonna look, basically this, I'm gonna say like I read the book. Oh, okay, then let's meet up so we can talk about it, right? So that's she just set it up so I can ask her, you know, to hang out again. Very smart, very smart, very smart. Sneaky, but still sneaky and smart. All right, since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Cryptic back home waiting for you? I mean, isn't like how obvious is that now, right? By the way, usually, like you usually wouldn't get that, but like that direct of a question. But yeah, she wants this human dick. She wants it. What can I say? What can I say? No, can't say there is. How about a potential Mr. or Mrs. Cryptic then? Are you looking to date anyone? I wasn't looking before I came here. Wink, wink. Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe because that's mysterious. Come on, tell me. None of your business. Really, no one. Okay, there is someone. Oh, it's a shame you can't be with them now then. Or are you talking about someone you met? You met here? I'm gonna say maybe. Oh my. See? Will it happen to be someone I know? I'm gonna say maybe again. This is so funny. It's so funny because this is dragons, and the premise of the game is like it's so like it's kind of like fantasy sci-fi type of thing, right? Portals, dragons, and stuff, and the game plays out like it's a you know, run-of-the-mill visual novel. Well, who is it? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. Are we even still playing this game? Just having fun. You and me both. Oh, see? She likes. Of course she liked it. Of course she likes it. You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? What's that? Well, we continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to. I don't even know what kind of dare I would make you do. Well, it could be something that will make me uncomfortable or something you like to see me do. Anything? Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask someone for anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it. So who's first? Well, you asked the last few questions, so it's only fair if I start. Alright. Jesus Christ, this is so stupid. It's funny though, but in a stupid way. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's play a bit. Let's play Truth or Dare with this dragon lady. This is so funny. What's your most guarded secret? That's too much to ask for the first question. What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you? That could de-escalate things. Which part of your body is the most ticklish? That's cute. Probably my sides. Good to know. You wouldn't misuse that knowledge, would you? Oh, no, of course not. Since it's my turn now, what's your greatest wish? World peace. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's so... be the very best or be rich. World peace, I'm gonna say world peace, because, you know, like, that's just like, you know, a silly cringe, but like a cute answer. More than anything, I like there to be peace on Earth. Aww. Hashtag peace on Earth. That's an honorable wish, Cryptic. Okay, my turn. By the way, she's asking me all these things like, what's your greatest desire? Like, what would you, like, who in your history, if you could meet any human, alive or dead, who would you meet? And I ask her, like, so, you know, what's your most ticklish part? Like, and then it's like, so, have you ever done anal? Never mind. Let's see. Are you scared of dying? That's just gonna be weird. What do you think is your biggest physical flaw? No, because that's again the escalation. You wouldn't ask a lady like, so what are you insecure about when in regards to your body? It's like, that's not hot. That's not gonna make me get dragon pussy. Jesus Christ. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? That's a good question. That's a good one. Yes. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Invisible, huh? That's a hard one. I mean, no one would see me flying then, and I do want people to see that. Well, with this question it's more about what would you if you had the opportunity to do something without getting caught, like something mischievous or criminal. Oh, I know what I would do. I'd check out the building they found along with the portal. What building? Didn't you hear about it? They found a whole building along with the portal. It's actually underground, and they have it heavily guarded with a team of archaeologists, while a team of archaeologists works on it. I think it might contain many secrets and answers about the portal and where it came from. Oh, interesting. I think I'd like to check that out as well. If you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Enjoy life to the fullest until the last moment, say my last goodbyes, stay outside and watch it unfold, or hide in a bunker deep underground. No, this is a like you know, a moving forward type of question. Enjoy life to the fullest until the last moment. YOLO, right? Just have fun, because we're not gonna live anymore, right? Going out with a bang, huh? Yeah, sure. If you come back with me to my world right now, would you do it? What's your biggest regret? If I asked you to kiss me, would you do it? Okay, see? This is escalation, so let's escalate, right? Let's save, because maybe it's not gonna work. Maybe it's not gonna work, and she's gonna shoot us down. I don't think she will. If I asked you to kiss me, would you do it? Is that your question, or is that already a dare? That's a question. I just couldn't think of anything else. Well, then my answer would be no. I don't kiss just anyone, you know. Okay. However, if it was a dare, my answer might be different. Alright, so from those you have met here so far, who is the one you fancy most? By the way, I like how the word used is fancy. It's like, what are we, like 12 years old? I think I'll take a dare for this one. Oh, finally. What am I going to have you do? Whatever you like. No, I honestly have no idea. Take your time. Alright, let me think for a minute. Oh, looks like it's getting late. Wait, what time is it? Oops, seems like I've been here longer than I thought. I probably should be going now. Seems like the rain has stopped too. Yeah, that's great. You know, if you want me to come over again, you don't have to order anything to do it. I know, I knew that already. Here's my private number. Ooh. Although, you know what, I'm not gonna say. But it's, you know, just the fact that he got her number doesn't mean that much, technically. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Bye. Because she might change his mind, you know, her mind, and she might not want to see him. More free time, what should I do? Well, I already tried to get with one dragon, and it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes almost. So I think we can end the first episode of Angels with Scaly Wings for now, this first episode. And tomorrow, see, I wanted to play the Escapist tomorrow, but I think that's gonna have to wait. Maybe you can continue playing Angels with Scaly Wings because it's so fun to make fun of it. I'm just sorry, but it is, because it's like it is so absurd in the sense that the basic game and the storyline, 99% of the storyline is a, well, 98% maybe, 97, is just a run-of-the-mill visual novel. with some investigation and whatever, right? Whereas the 3% is just the dragons. It's like, you know, that's supposed to make it special somehow, I guess. I mean, it does make it stand out, but it doesn't click when it comes to the story. But it's fun to make fun of it because to you know, just joke around because of that. So that was everyone. That was Angels with Scaly Wings. We're gonna probably play more tomorrow. Same thing. I do want to play do another Escapists stream this week, so that's gonna happen. Actually, tomorrow we may do other things. We'll see. There's lots of stuff that I want to do. Maybe there's gonna be an interview this week. So you know, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Like this live stream, of course, if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. Check out the back catalog to discover more games. I just posted just before the live stream, maybe like 40 minutes before, I posted a new gameplay video of a gameplay video of me playing the Unwarding demo. That's a narrative focused puzzle game, really cool. You know, it's coming later this year, so I covered the demo. Hopefully I'll be able to cover the full game as well, so you can check that out as the latest you know, gameplay video put up. And if you're a supporter on Locals, cryptichybrid.locals.com, you're also going to get a new early access gameplay video. If you're not a supporter, go to cryptichybrid.locals.com right now. The link is also in the description. Use the code SUPPORTERSEPTEMBER in one word as you sign up, and you're gonna get 1 month free of supporter tier with all the perks. Which include, you know, early access videos, support only live streams. You get to decide what I play every Monday on live stream, like this one. Like this is a requested game by a supporter. You participate in game giveaways. You can request topics of me, all sorts of stuff. Also the goodies. You get 1 month free of that supporter tier with all those perks that I mentioned, and you get a free game, no questions asked, out of a list of like 88 games of, you know, pretty much all genres. You just sign up. You know, I'm gonna send you the list of the games. You can choose whichever you want. I'm gonna send you a Steam key for it, and that's it. You keep the game. You don't have to. If you don't want to keep the membership after that first initial free month, then that's fine. The point is, just, you know, get your free game, get on Locals, and yeah, just that was it. That's about it. Yeah, that was weird. It's a weird game. This is a weird game a little bit with the dragons. The dragons. Well, you know what? Maybe we're gonna get to be intimate with the dragon tomorrow. For now, that was everyone. Thank you so much, and until the next time we see each other, have an awesome day. Everything is awesome. Everything is good when you're part of a team.